Hey BookTube, welcome to Jackie's Literary Corner. I am Jackie, and it's time for a bookish update. So I'm off for the next 3 days, so I'll be getting a lot of reading done, hopefully. In fact, as of yesterday, I thought I was going to have to do a lot of reading because of the storm and everything. And our power was out yesterday, but surprise, surprise, we got it back on around like 9:30ish. Which, now, at first, we were told we would get it back on at 5, and, I was okay, and I had to go to work anyway for a few hours, so that saved time, and I figured, I'll just read my book and stuff. And the good news is this is during the time when, it's not winter time, so it doesn't get dark as quickly, so I had plenty of light to read for a good few hours. I could even go outside and read. So I got a lot of... So I actually ended up finishing Black Powder War, which I just filmed a review on. It's the third book in the Temeraire series, and I think I'm with Sam on this one from Thoughts on Tomes, that I like this one a little bit better. Although I like the second one, Throne of Jade. I like that one. But I did like this one a little bit better, and it does have more action in this one. In case if you're one of those people who didn't like Throne of Jade, this one has more action in it and more adventure. And we also explore another culture and another group of dragons, which is really cool. So I finished up that, but like I said, the original plan was 5, but then I get home back from my room because I go running at 4, and apparently I was out there until 5. And I come back, and at first I thought we had got our power because our garage was open when my mom had closed it right before I left. And in fact, she told me to go through the back door so we wouldn't have to worry about the garage. But then I get home and my dad says, nope, we don't have the power yet. And we're not going to get... Apparently we got a message that said we weren't going to get the power until 11 p.m. tonight. And I was very upset about that because, like every millennial I grew up, I love the internet. I love being on the internet. And, which reminds me, I'm gonna have to check and see if we have internet so I can upload, because I'm filming a couple of videos, not just this one, but another one, 2 more. So where was I? Okay, so, but then we got a pleasant surprise that we got it back right before I went to bed, because my parents decided to go to bed early because what else were we going to do? We didn't have any electricity. No, we couldn't watch TV or get on the internet. And I had to take a freezing cold shower. It was just like, and both my mom and dad had to take what they call bird baths. And so I had to, which I think basically means I had to stand. They have a tub in their bathroom, so I think they both ended up having to stand in their tub and just hose themselves off. But they, so I had to take a freezing shower, and I did, which is something I already kind of started to do, where I soaked myself up all completely, and then I rinsed everything off, except for, I think, I washed my hair last, but, I already started doing that anyway, so, but, then, so they had already after they took their showers, a few hours later, they ended up going to bed because there was nothing else we could do anyway. So, and that's what happened last time when we had like a tornado. And of course it was even worse because the virus is going on, so you can't leave their house. Because you might risk giving other people the virus if you've been in contact with people who might have had it. They just don't realize they have it. Especially like in our household, I work at Harris Teeter, which is a grocery store, and I'm constantly in contact with people that might have it. They just don't realize it. And unfortunately, not all my coworkers are following the whole better safe than sorry approach of, wearing some gloves and a mask just to be on the safe side. I mean, unfortunately, there are a lot of people I fought it too, the whole idea of wearing latex gloves and a mask, because, well, it's not comfortable, especially as it gets hotter. I mean, hopefully I'm praying that by the summer, things will get better. and then we'll get rid of this. But unfortunately, every time I say that to someone, they're like, oh, I don't know. It's probably not going to. Like, they're basically, I'm like, okay, thank you, but I'm just trying to have some hope. So you don't need to remind me that, oh, it might not happen. You may as well resign yourself to the fact that your summer plans will have changed and we'll still be stuck inside during the summer. It's like, okay, yes, but right now we have 2 months left before the summer. So let me at least hold on to a little bit of hope that maybe they will find a way. I mean, because they are working on it. I mean, they are working on it. That's what, again, I don't like thinking about the fact that our convention might be canceled. I mean, because it's not until the last weekend in July anyway. So who knows? There is a possibility, a chance that that they might find at least. No, they won't get rid of it because they think it's impossible to get rid of, but they can at least find a way to, like how we get the flu shot they have us get the flu shot every year. They might now have a shot for coronavirus, so you won't get it. So let me hold on to my hope instead of burst my bubble. Like, oh, I don't know. It probably won't happen, or I don't know if it will happen. Like, I understand people probably tell you that because they want you to accept reality and not be disappointed or upset if it doesn't. But at the same time, don't take away someone's hope. Don't take away someone's hope and possibility. And I don't want to dwell on the negatives and the fact that, oh, my convention might be canceled because of this. Forgive me if I don't want to obsess over that and resign myself to that fate. Until it gets closer and I know for sure it's going to happen, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to obsess over it. So I'm just waiting and going, like I said before in my previous update video, I'm going month by month with this. And I'm not thinking about it and just making sure I'm careful and cautious. Even if I'm not, like, so far I haven't shown any signs of sickness, but you never know with these things. And I could potentially be a carrier. Even if I don't show any signs, I could be a carrier. So, like I said, the good news is I'm one of those people. I am not one of those people that has not been able to read. Because the fact that I don't want to dwell on it, and that I don't want to think about it, I don't want to spend 24 hours a day watching TV because I'm freaking out over this, I think, and I don't feel bad about it, because it's like, it's not gonna magically change just because you're watching the TV all the time. I mean, eventually you'll hear about if things have changed. You will hear about it. You just don't have to watch the news or listen to the news all the time, every single day, every hour of your day, which is what my grandma does. Which I love my grandma, but that's what she does. She watches TV all the time. Like, she thinks if she doesn't watch it, then something will change and she'll miss it. And it's like, it's not like there's gonna be dire consequences if you don't pay attention all the time, 24/7. And I'm not someone who wants to think about it and obsess over it and get upset and think about the negative aspects. I want to look at the glass as half full kind of person. So I look at this as, oh, well, I can focus more on my books, and I can still read. It's not like the power went out. I mean, yesterday I was a little defeated because the power went out, but, at the same time, like, it wasn't during winter time where it gets darker earlier, so I still had light during that I could sit outside at, like, 5 and read my book. And then I can still go for my run. No one has told me I can't. Because exercise is very important. They don't want, especially because a lot of people, when they have, because they're under lock and key, they've been eating a lot more, and some of the food is not necessarily healthy food, it's just easy to eat food. So exercise is considered very important. And the same thing with my dad, I think that's why he's not as worried about it either, because he's being cautious and making sure I'm cautious. But he's still able to do all the things he enjoys, with just going fishing and golfing and, and he started up hunting again, because I guess turkey season comes in the spring too. And yes, he's a hunter. Get over it. Sorry, I just, there was during Afraid of the Dark episode that it's been a while, but I still think about it, where, it was an episode that passed a lot of judgment on people that hunt for a hobby. They're hunters. Not Hunters as in Dean and Sam Winchester, but Hunter, you know. And it's like, okay, I don't judge you on your things that you do, so you don't judge me. Or my dad. Sorry. I mean, it's not like I've been dealing with that at all. It's still kind of in the back of my mind. But, anyway. So both of us are good. And as long as I can still read and have the tools to read, like enough light to read, and I'm good. I'm happy. Because, I love reading, and I'm been fortunate enough not to feel that, like, I don't feel like reading response. There's a lot of people, and I feel bad for those, people that, like, they love reading too, but then they just don't feel like it. It isn't enough for them to distract them from what's going on in the world. But for me, it's enough of a distraction. So I got that book done, and then I've been making my way through this one as well, which hopefully it shows up in the thumbnail. The second book in the Seven Realms series, and they're at the part when when Reza and Han are at school, and I love that kind of stuff. I'm also one of the many people who does like the boarding school trope. Like, I like seeing the characters go through their lessons and interact with their peers. I think that is so cool to see that. Especially, like, for some reason, I really like Reza's, because I see, like, the kind of schooling that Han goes through all the time in books, like, as a fantasy reader. But I don't see a lot of stories where they take place at a military school that aren't, like, I kind of like the idea of that in a fantasy world, like, seeing a student, especially a female student, going to a military academy and be like, I can see, and it makes me also think of, there was a Disney Channel original movie starring Christy Carlson Romano and Hilary Duff, where she goes to a military academy. She's sent to a military academy because, which I thought, that's one of my favorite movies. Like, I love her interactions with Christy Carlson Romano's character. It's very entertaining, funny, and, like, at one point Kirsty Carlson Romano gives Hilary Duff's character a hard time and does not like her. And I think it's because their parents just got married, so they're half-sisters. They become half-sisters. And Hilary Duff, she's an artist, and she puts rainbow paint in Kirsty Carlson Romano's hair as a prank to get her back. It's so funny, the whole pranks that they go back and forth and mess with each other. Like, she pulls these pranks, and Kirsty Carlson Romano's character gets her back and punishes her, and it's very entertaining. But it kind of, Reza's schooling kind of reminded me of that. But I like the idea that she's proving to these people that she is smarter than them, that she understands things better than they do, and that she is strong enough and confident enough in herself, and she can do this. Like, she's not just the pretty little princess that they think she is. And there's one, and I think I already talked about this in my previous update video, where there's a scene where she goes to school. And yeah, I did, because I was talking about how a lot of the books I'm currently reading have social justice in them. Like Tamara, for instance, has that too, with the whole what the dragons are experiencing. But in this one, like, they're talking about, Reza is half, like, it's not just half her father's side is from the clans, Demonai, I think that's how you say it, and there's all these prejudices against him, and there's rumors, and there's these beliefs in the class they talk about, including their teacher, talk about how they fight naked, and they're just savages, and Reza, who is, loves her father, is devoted to father, and has been there, has spent time with her father's clan. She knows that they're not right, but they dismiss her and do not take her seriously. And there's another girl in the class who also, her parent is also kind of I think, like a teacher or something. or like a scholar or something. I don't remember what she said she was, but so she also knows a lot, and she agrees with Raisa about this. And so the headmaster shows up at the class and is like, okay, those of you stand up who have actually been visiting the clans, and no one except for Raisa and this other girl stand up. So he basically shoots them down and shoots them and the teacher down. He's like, guess what? You don't know these people. You just go by rumors, by stupid rumors about these people. You have never met them, so you have no right to judge them and think and be like, oh, they're savages and blah blah blah. But that moment was like, yes, thank you. So maybe this headmaster is on Raisa's side in this. We've also introduced a mysterious character who calls himself Crow in the dream that Han meets in the dream world. He does a form of magic, dream magic, and he ends up in this world, and he meets this guy named Crow, who says he can help him and teach him things that Han won't learn in school. And of course, right away, that's like, Han, don't trust this guy. But Han is desperate for power. Not power in a, like, I want power, but then I want to be able to prove myself. I want to prove that I'm worthy and I can kick everyone's asses, and he wants to be able to defend himself against the bears. And I am not sure because Crow says he's a teacher at the school and he doesn't like the bears. And we already know that Han has been recruited by the headmaster, I think it's headmistress. I think it's a woman. I'm not 100% sure. I can't, for some reason, I don't know. I don't remember. This person is the head of the school is a mistress or a master. Already been recruited and forced to join this group. And he or she has told Han that, which I know it's weird, I should know if they're male or female, but for some reason I can't remember. Has basically implied to Han that, I want to say it's a headmistress. She has implied to Han that I don't like the bears, but I know that they're a good asset. So they're in this class, and she's forced Han to join. He's like, and the alternative to say no to this group is not that great, and he'll be kicked out of the school. And then, so I thought it might be her, and then I also thought, but funnily, my first thought was that somehow the Demon King, his ancestor, found a way to communicate with Han, and I'm thinking, it might be this guy. But then I thought, well, maybe it's the headmistress, but then this person is a male, but they could disguise themselves. There's a magical way to disguise yourself. And then I thought maybe it's Griffin. Even though Griffin treats Han poorly and horribly and is, prejudiced against him, and I can't remember what Micah's sister's name is. She's got him wrapped around her finger, and he's scared of them. But maybe he's only playing scared, and deep down he hates them and wanting to see them punished. So it's an act, the way he treats Han, because the bears are there watching him. So I don't know who it is. I'm trying to figure out who they are. I don't know if we're gonna figure out by the end of it, or maybe we won't figure it out in this book. Maybe we'll figure out in the next book or the final book. Like maybe we'll get a final confrontation. I feel so bad for Raisin because her feelings for Amon are so strong. She really likes him and everything, but he keeps ignoring her and pushing her away. And I think he could do himself a huge favor if he just talked to her and explained to her. But maybe he's afraid maybe he just wants to push her away and hoping that she'll get over her feelings for him if he continues to push her away. And, he's thinking, that if he does tell her, that she'll just continue trying to push herself towards him and be like, no, we have a right to be together. Who cares if they think blah, blah, blah. Maybe if he explains that she won't believe that. So I don't know. But I think he would save him a lot of trouble if he just would explain to her the situation, his concerns, and be like, "Look, I don't think it's a good idea that we be together, or that we're not supposed to date because I'm just meant to be your protector, your guardian, and that's it." But he doesn't. It's like you would save yourself a lot of trouble if you just tell her. But like I said, maybe there's reasons he hasn't told her yet. But I don't know. I don't know if this is just a dumb miscommunication problem, or, if he has good reasons why he doesn't want to say anything to her. Why he doesn't want it, or, maybe he's just avoiding it. So I'm also going to, if I can, I'm going to start this one, finale for because there's this could work for the prompt, the Ancient Ruins prompt, because the Ancient Ruin we're looking at is the heart ruin, and you either have heart in the title or there's a heart on the cover, I believe. So I might use that if I get to it. I mean, I might end up not getting to it until May, but that's okay because I could still read it then, and I probably won't. I'll just make this my second read in May, my first read in May. And then I also, where is it? I do not. Okay. So this is also another one I want to get to. The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. I was gonna use this for the Defense Against the Dark Arts prompt, which is read a book that is set by the seaside or in the water, I believe. Because it's Grindylow. So I want to get to this one, but then I still kind of need to continue this one because I started this one as well by Kate Morton. So I'm thinking about reading these at the same time, and I could always read them. In May, because there's no if you want, I want to follow the rules strictly, I can get away with cheating and not, and it's not like she is gonna police the readathon or anything, and there's no ministry of magic, as she put it, to go after us if we don't follow exactly. And it's too bad that there's 2 months. But I mean, it's good. But it's good that that Newt's readathon is 2 months away. But at the same time, I kind of got excited about it, and I couldn't wait to do it. I'm excited to see what the prompts are and everything, what prompts she's gonna do for the Newts this year. But it's probably good that it's 2 months away though, because that way I can read some other books that might not apply to whatever prompt she's gonna give us. What else do I have to talk about? Okay, well, I guess you guys can see me do this. It's kind of like what Holly does, what she shows when she's gonna put her books away. Go ahead, and I think you can watch me put this one away. Although it's only one, so it's not super exciting. But you guys can. There we go. So it's only one, so it's not really that exciting. But that's kind of what Holly does with her video. She puts a book. She ends the video with putting the books back on the shelf and turning the spines out. So if you guys like this video, and enjoyed my update, then please give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and you're interested in my videos, and click the bell notification below to see when I post new videos. And I hope you're enjoying your reading. And by the way, I don't know when this will go up yet. I mean, I'm hoping I can upload these videos now, but my mom did say we might lose the internet. So I'm going to check after I finish filming this. And I will talk to you all later. All right, bye!